invoice enabled, invoiceable, invoice enabled. This is going to be used in our AP and AR. So like this, we have some status attributes. So here, every item which is enabled for invoiceable should be invoice enabled set. So instead of you manually setting all these attributes, what is the advantage is if you define this status setting by just enabling the item in a specific functional area, automatically will decide the status of these attributes. So again, we don't have to decide all the status. So that is the advantage of this status attributes. Again, these status attributes can be controlled at two levels, that is at master level or at your organization level. So to set up the status attributes, set up items attribute controls. So here, when I say control F11, here it is group attributes, here it is status attributes. So here, if you look at this, inventory item, here it is stockable and transactable. Here, what is the status setting that I have given here? Defaults value. Here, what are the other values? Sets value, defaults value not used. This is stockable and transactable. Now here in the same way, purchased item, here purchasable, this is controlled at master level. This is sets value. Sets value meaning here I have set, but if you want you can also change this. Sets value meaning whenever I change this group attribute, automatically it will change it, but it is not possible for us to edit this. In the same way, order management, customer ordered, internal ordered. Customer ordered is customer orders enabled, internal orders enabled. Say I am not using it. Say for example, here also I'm not using it. And invoicing. Invoiceable item, invoice enabled. Here it is, I'm going to set it as defaults value, or you can also set it as sets value. Now we'll see the behavior of this. Now to see the behavior of these items, now I'm going to create an item, items, master items. Here, I'm going to create some GEGSS2, GEGSS2. Now you see the difference here. See, I'm going to enable only inventory item. Automatically it is going to enable stockable and transactable, but still we can edit. Meaning these two attributes status will be controlled by your inventory item here, but we are able to change it manually. But the same thing, when you go to this purchasing tab, when I enable purchasing, it is also going to enable, but when I try to disable this attribute is not available because it is under status control. So even if you try to change also, it will not allow you to change because the status setting for this attribute is sets value. And here you try to understand this. In order management, if I wanted to enable customer orders enabled, this attribute is dependent on my group attribute. Until unless it is not enabled in order management, I cannot enable this for my what? Customer orders enabled. It's not allowed. But when you enable customer orders, it is not enabling here because the status setting of this attribute is not used, but manually we can edit. Same thing with invoice, internal audit, and here in invoicing tab, invoice enabled, it is also, but again it is not allowed to disable because this is under status setting. Am I clear on this point? How this status attributes will work? Am I clear on this?
So what do you mean by sets and the status because default sets and none is there. What do you mean by sets? Means we can reuse, means we can set the value at whenever we are creating it.
I'm not clear actually. Voice is
No, we
breaking.
have like we have three options like sets, default sets and none while setting the status attributes, right? What is the exact meaning of sets? SCT.
In that spot, I'm
Or
not able to hear. I am not able to hear your words clearly.
now
Problem
is
with the mic.
okay, sir. I think it's problem with my headset. Is it okay now?
Okay, fine.
Sir, I'm asking like what is the exact meaning of sets? Like we have set three options, right? Default, none, and sets. We can reuse whenever we are means if we go for order management, internal items, we can enable at the whenever we are creating instead of it won't consider any settings. Hello.
Yeah, please.
I mean, that's what my question. What is the exact meaning of sets? We have three options, right? Default, sets, and none. Just before you said you did something.
You are asking me what is the purpose of sets value, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Say here, for sets value, you can see, say, I'll show you this once again. This is some item that is GGSS3, GGSS3. So here you can see when I enable inventory item, it automatically enables stockable and transactable, but we still can edit. But when I enable this, it automatically defaults the status of these two attributes. And what is the status setting is defaults value, right? Now, when it go to purchasing, when you enable this group attribute, it automatically enables purchasable, right? And what is the status setting of this purchasable is sets value. When it is under sets value, it is not possible for us to change it. This attribute is not applicable updatable because it is under status control, meaning every item which is enabled in purchasing area must be purchasable according to my business. So I have given the status setting as sets value. It is not possible. But whereas if it is a default value, we are able to edit here. Right?
Okay. Okay, sir. Got it.
Not only this, we also have given sets even for which one? Invoicing. So invoiceable item, and when I try to change invoice enabled, it will not allow because this attribute is not updatable here. Now, here, what is that? I wanted to create my own item status. Like here, whenever we create an item, whenever we create an item, uh, there are some attributes which should be enabled based on my this item statuses. So here we have an option like to select our item status. Meaning here by just giving the item status also, some meaning active meaning all functions are enabled, concept, design, engineering inactive. So based on this status also the item attributes can be set. Now I'll show you how do we create our own item status. Now here to create an item status, set up items, item status codes. Here we have active, inactive. So here we have some status attributes. So by default, when I give the status as active, all these attributes are going to get enabled here. Meaning this is all functions are enabled here. Like you can also create your own item status attributes. This is GSS test status. This is all I'm going to enable. These are all my status attributes actually. And here, whenever I'm going to create an item, items, master items, this is GSS 4. Here, I'm going to select GSS test. Yeah, meaning we are able to set this actually by selecting this GSS test. If I don't enable those status attributes for this status, all this will be grayed out. And another point is it actually should update the statuses, but we have not enabled this. Okay. Here, another point is instead of you say when I'm going to create an item, so we have to enable these items manually in different functional areas. But basically, we define different types of items. Like some are purchased items, some are planning items, some are sales items, some are manufacturing items. So instead of we enabling all these hundreds of attributes required for different modules, what I suggest is you can maintain something like item template. So when I'm going to create an item, if you apply the template, automatically what are the attributes which are enabled for the template will all be assigned to this. So to create an item template, set up items templates. Set up items templates. Now I'm going to create a new template. So GSS attribute template. Here, according to this, you can also select the attributes by groups here. I'm going by inventory. This is inventory item. Say I don't have to set stockable and transactable. The status will be set automatically. Inventory item. Then again, I'm going to enable purchasing. This is purchased item. and I'm going to enable some attributes like related to order management, customer order, internal order, shippable, OE transactable. So some attributes I'm going to enable here. Now, see, when I'm going to create an item, instead of you enabling all these attributes, while creating an item, simply we can assign this template. Setup, items, master items. Here I'm going to create some GSS file. So here you see, go to say nothing is enabled here. Costing, purchasing, nothing, no attributes got enabled. But here, go to tools, copy the attribute from a template. Just click on from copy from which template? GSS template. Click on apply, done. Say all these attributes got enabled here. These attributes got copied from my template. So like this, we can maintain different templates for different types of items. Like for inventory items, one template; for purchasing items, another template; for sales items, manufacturing items, planning items, construction items. Like this, we can maintain different templates. And while creating the items, we can simply assign these templates. Say the advantage is the end users, they don't remember what attributes are required for which items. So if you maintain a template, it will be easy for the end users to just select an template from the list and they can apply all the group of attributes. That is the advantage. Meaning, in short, basically it is used to reduce the amount of input required when we are going to create items. Am I clear on this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay. Now I'll just update. So we have discussed attribute controls, status attributes. That is, status settings are of what? How many types? That is defaults value, sets value, and not used. Then we have created item statuses. We have created item templates. And we also have seen how do you assign the items to your member organizations. Organization assignment. Now we have to start with transactions. Now first let me just create some item, because all these I have just tested with some. I'll just create a new item. Items, master items. This is GSS new item, meaning it can be a component or a spare part or in finished goods. So here create an item, and here I'm just copying it from here. These are all the standard templates. So mine is GEGSS, but I have just enabled only few attributes there. Yeah, you'll be able to see GEGSS template, but I'm going to assign uh, finished goods. This is going to enable all the required attributes in all the three functional areas: inventory, order management, and purchasing. Here you can see it is all costing, purchasing, all these attributes got enabled here. So just save this. So this is the item which I have created. And if you wanted to use this item in your member organizations also, just go to tools, organization, assign. Save this. Assign all, meaning if you have some 10-15 inventory member organization, instead of you enabling it separately, you can just click on assign all. This is how you create an item. This is GSS name. Now we have to start with transactions. Transactions. So transactions, that is miscellaneous transactions. Miscellaneous transactions. Miscellaneous transactions. Sub inventory transactions and inter-organization transactions. So these topics will start from tomorrow. I think from tomorrow we'll start working on this transaction. So first let us complete all the topics of inventory, then we'll go ahead with purchasing mode. Okay. Any questions on this, please?
Sir, is it possible to share the Excel sheet along with the video?
Sure. Today I'll send it.
Thank
Okay. Thank you all. Have a great day.
you. Thank you.